Hey guys, DJ, Guildmaster War Gamers Guild, back with another battle report. This time with Greg, the samurai.
Samurai.
He takes everywhere he goes with him.
I do. I do.
All right. Today it's going to be Greg's Soviets against my Americans. We're going to go over the lists. Greg, do you want to go over your force? Last time you were on camera when we played, you had 80-point formation. Now you finally bumped up to 105.
Correct.
Go ahead and show us what you got going on here, brother.
All right. Well, I'm still using the breakthrough battalion that you got with the box.
Okay.
Actually, one of our guys, Dave,
yeah,
gave me three T-64s for free. Said here, enjoy them. So this got boosted up to a unit of 6 now.
Oh wow. Okay.
Still have the T-80s.
Okay.
The 2 BIMP 3s. That's my breakthrough company.
And the one of your T-80s is a command T-80, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Over here we're still doing the BIMP company. I got infantry a couple weeks ago thanks to Guildmaster DJ.
Well, thanks. I just helped get you up there, but
right.
They look really good. Like once we get better camera, folks, we'll be able to zoom in on our models.
Right.
A lot of our play groups getting some really well painted stuff turning out. They look really good, Greg.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. Like go over your force here. Like it looks a little bit larger than last time, and or is that because of the infantry now?
That's because of the infantry now instead of using the dice. But it's 12 BMP1 company I'm using.
Now is that one group or is that 2 groups?
That's one group.
Oh, nice.
It's going to be 6 RPGs.
Okay.
6 infantry bases, gremlins, and the.
I think I think that's the gremlins
Oh, I'm
here.
sorry, the gremlins.
And those are your PKM base,
the
correct?
PKM bases.
Now you said you're missing a PKM base.
Correct. Yeah, I'm actually supposed to have 2 in the unit. I believe I left it at home. I was still painting it and didn't get it done and didn't realize I didn't have it. So
we'll figure something out with it. You know, because that's a little firepower you don't want to lose.
Right.
And then what else you have in the formation?
My HQ.
Okay.
And that takes care of the BMP ones. I have 5 BMP 2s.
Okay.
A unit of gremlins.
Nice.
3 RPGs. 4 infantry stands.
Okay. And then what looks like a set of spandrels still in the back, 3.
3 spandrels in the back.
And then your gaskets.
And then my gaskets.
Okay, and this comes out to
105 exactly.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
It looks really good. Like you're definitely coming along on your army progress.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying the Team Yankee thing. So.
Oh, that's good. We're gonna try to get some Flames of War for you guys here. We also play that once in a while. So. To my American, my hybrid force, I'm still running the M60 Marine formation, as well as the mechanized infantry formation, my National Guard. So the Marines, I modified it a little bit because of our play group has a lot of NATO players. There's a lot of heavy armor, and I have a hard time dealing with it with this army. So I've upgraded all my TOWs to TOW 2s. In this list because I run very little TOWs, so it wasn't that bad for points. So for the Marines, I have 3 groups of 4 M60s, a command of 2. I have a scout section of 3 Humvees. They're upgraded with TOW 2. An anti-tank group with 2 Humvees with TOW 2s. And then to fill it out, I have 1 set of a medium-sized Marine infantry group. I'm still building my Hueys to make my airborne assault platoon, as well as one of the other guys, Paul. He's getting me some 3D printed strikers, which are pretty nice size. So they'll stand in for AAVs.
Okay.
And then over here for my for my National Guard, a set of 3 M60s, a set of 3 mortars, 2 full-size platoons, 1 HQ. And that's actually that formation. Like it's real bare bones. And then for formation support, I have my 1FO. I finally got him painted up. A set of 4 Vals. 2 of them are still proxies because I'm building some Old Glory Vals. And then a set of 2 Air Cobras with TOW 2s. So it comes up to 105. So it's Pretty much the same force you guys been seeing on the channel, just a little bit leaner. The mission we're going to play today is Contact. Greg's the attacker. We both picked Maneuver. So, to the board, just a little bit of a hybrid board we kind of did today. So basically, there's a main road going down the middle at a diagonal. We have a McDonald's, Burger King, Pizza Hut, the gas station, some crop fields, a little John Deere tractor plowing, one garage, some more woods. Then we have like a garage with like a fuel thing, some more woods and stuff. And then over here, kind of like a manor house, I would think. Big old house here. Probably a servant house, like a little garage, a leftover with some fence around it. And that's pretty much it. We've mapped our deployment zones. Greg will be on this side here, and I'll be on this side as defender. When we come back, we'll have set up, and we'll go into the turn. All right, guys. Alrighty then. So we got our setups. In reserve, my one ambush unit is going to be this group of M60s. In reserves, a set of Vals, both sets of Humvees, one infantry mech platoon, one set of M60s, and the command of M60s. Like, that's kind of the problem with my forces. It takes a lot to put in reserve. Greg, what do you have in reserve over there?
Over
A real
here,
tiny bit, it looks like.
A little tiny bit. My Gaskins,
Okay.
the Breakthrough Company, which would be, or I'm sorry, the two BIM 3s, the
Okay.
T80s, and the Spandrels.
Okay. And then as far as deployment goes, Greg picked that side over there. And then obviously I'm on the opposite side. So Greg, go ahead, go over what you have for deployment over here. Because I placed my objectives, one here and one over here underneath this giant massive bodies.
Which would be my BIMP 1 company.
Okay. They're all in the BIMPs.
They're all in the BIMPs. T64s.
Okay. Nice.
These aren't supposed to be there.
That's okay.
The BIMP 2s.
Okay.
The guys are outside of them. They're gonna try to guard that objective.
Okay. So and that is your force.
Correct.
Over here, I have one set of M60s hiding in the crop field. I have the Marines scattered around this objective, half in the building, half outside of. My air troopers are hiding behind the building. Then moving over, my FO is kind of hiding here in the back. One of the infantry platoons is scattered between the crop field and the plowed field. My mortars are back behind here. My commander's in that gas station. And on the other side, the transports for them are over there, the 113s. I have one group in ambush, and my ranged in marker is actually right here, hoping to hopefully lay smoke, do something. Greg has elected to fight in daytime. You don't have any artillery or anything.
No, I do not, unfortunately.
Okay, you have immediate reserves, Greg, so you'll actually roll first turn for reserves.
Okay.
It'll be one dice, and on a 5 up, you pick a unit.
Alright.
And yours will come actually from your player edge.
Alright.
As far as mine, they come from my player edge, but I have to roll a dice on see what quadrant they come in on.
Okay.
So, all right, guys, we're going to go into Greg's or Soviet's turn 1, and we will be back. Okay, so that was your movement on turn 1. You're not going to have very much shooting, so we can, if you want to, we can just go right into your shooting step just for this. So go ahead, Greg, walk us through what you did, buddy.
All right. Well, I had the BMP ones back here. One decided to break down, get stuck in a trench.
Okay.
So he's sitting there. I just brought up everything up at minimum speed. The T-64s just came up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
They're already moved, so they're fine.
Yeah, those are what you brought in from reserve because you got one.
Correct.
And then you kind of spread your infantry around over here.
Right. I left them out of the transports. The BIM-2s just moved up a little bit.
Okay.
Other than that.
So go ahead. Like, your T-64s, they have range to a lot of stuff. I know you can see my M60s, and I know these guys have a lot of sight at these 113s, infantry. My spotter actually, but he's in the woods.
Right.
So what do you want to do? What do you want to shoot at?
We'll start with the BIMPs over here.
Okay.
We'll go ahead and try to shoot at those guys.
Okay, so looks like these three.
Right.
If you just cheat that guy over, you'll get those shots, and then these guys, because of the buildings that obscuring them from them,
Right.
you could probably shoot into this infantry or
Right.
something, or even actually probably one of them can probably see my mortars over there.
Yeah. We'll put these three. We'll
Okay.
shoot at those guys over there.
Okay.
We'll try to take 2 shots into your mortar over there.
Okay, that's my FO right there.
Okay,
but okay.
your mortar's over there.
All right.
They have
Okay, DJ.
Yeah.
What is FO?
Forward observer.
Forward observer.
Mhm. Yep.
You should use the military version called OP.
Oh, observation post.
Quick.
That's what we call them in FOs as well.
I know. You're using your
Yeah.
your lingo.
What's kind of nice about Team Yankee, and like I know, like we're still recording, is I found a lot of folks who are prior military or know a lot of military, and it's kind of nice in a lot of ways.
I don't think I'm going to be in range because their gun has a 20-inch range.
What, your BIM twos?
Yeah.
Okay. Here, we'll be right back, guys. We're gonna go check some stuff out real quick. All right, we're back. We had to do some rules clarification. So what did you end up doing, Greg? So you end up there. Your T-64 is fired at my infantry.
I got
here.
one base.
So you hit a base, but I made my I failed my save, but you failed your firepower.
Right.
And then you're able also 3 of them to catch my M60s, and you actually knocked one out. Then over here, your BIMPs missed my infantry, and then you actually did catch one of my 113s, but I luckily rolled my armor to match, and then you failed your firepower.
Right.
So that's pretty much everything. We're going on to my turn 1. I'm probably going to try spring ambushers on you.
Ambush away, sir.
We will be back. Alright, so American turn 1. I popped my ambushers over here. My 113's moved over here to do a flanking. These guys popped up ambush. I dropped smoke across the front of his T-64s. I still had shots from the side of the smoke with my M60s. They shot, completely missed. This infantry group here fired their dragons. Bailed out a BIMP 2 and then knocked 2 out over here. Then moving over besides smoking. My M60s moved around. One had shot between the oil drum and the woods. Actually knocked out a BIMP and killed a base of infantry. And then my air cobras with no anti-air available, none, missed. They were all snake eyes. And then MVP of the game, my marine infantry. The one thing you notice on that building, on the side facing Greg's Soviets, there's no windows. So I couldn't fire my dragons out of the building. So I had to dismount the building with my infantry, and they're on the ground. So there's some guys in foxholes, some aren't.
So how many sets of,
Let's see what happens there. So this is going on to Greg's turn 2. Go ahead if you want to, Greg. Roll 2 dice for reserves, because this is turn 2.
is it typically like
Needing 5s.
1.
So you pick another unit that comes in on your port edge.
The T-80s are going to come in.
Okay, so that'd be the group of 3 or the group of 1. Because the command is
Oh,
separate.
that's right. The group of 3 will come in.
Okay, so we'll be back after Greg's turn 2, guys.
they do their
So what happened? Greg, walk us through your turn. You did a lot of damage.
I did.
So I guess starting over here, walk us through what happened. I know you got a guy bailed back in over here.
Right. One of these guys bailed back in,
Yeah,
so we're good with that.
yeah.
I took 3 missile shots.
You knocked out 3 of these guys
Correct.
with missiles. And then what? Your BIMPs, or your M6, your T-64s rolled through the smoke.
Right.
One guy here turned his turret, knocked out the other M60. So my ambush unit's destroyed already. You pinned all my infantry because
Yeah, I think I got one infantry. I killed one infantry base.
no, like they all made their saves, but you fired machine guns, you fired your main guns, did nothing. Like you did pin them.
Right.
Moving over here, your T-80 showed up, which is I have very little to deal with them in reality.
Yeah, but
I actually made my, I equaled armor here because of the distance,
right,
and you failed your firepower.
right.
And then this guy, you failed your firepower, and you penetrated him, and you just bailed him.
Bell.
So I still got a lot to do. I got to deal with this giant horde coming on this objective. I don't know if I'm going to be able to stop it or not. So we're going on to, what's that?
Once you start popping the bimps, when my infantry are gonna get out there, it's gonna. I mean, it's.
It's going to be bad. You're gonna do a samurai sword charge with your infantry.
Am I allowed to yell bonsai even though I'm playing Russians?
No, you have to say something very Soviet like vodka.
Vodka. Okay.
Vodka. All right, we'll be back with Americans turn 2, and that smoke's going to lift. We're going to see what we can do to this. All right, so these guys here, they moved out. My M60s moved around. I did some work over here. So with my combined arms of my M60s, infantry with like laws, dragons, and swas, and my 2 air cobras, I knocked out 2 T-64s. I knocked out 3 BIMPs, killed 2 infantry bases, 1 from mortar fire, I pinned them, and 1 from exploding, and then 2 were bailed out here. Moving over, I did nothing else. My 113s moved up around, fired a boatload of shots in here. Greg was able to bounce all of it. These guys fired some shots. They all missed. I had a shot at this T-64. I had 2 shots at the BIMs behind here. Rolled 2s for everything. Going on to Greg's turn 3. Go ahead and roll 3 dice, Greg, for reserves. And you're going to get 1 automatically. We'll just need to get an extra. Needing 5s. So, what all do you have left in reserve? Just 3 units?
3 units, yeah.
Looks like 2 of them are coming on, Greg.
Alright.
So you pick what comes on, and then we'll go on to Soviet turn 2. Alright, so we had all kinds of stuff. Greg, walk us through what you did. You play hyper aggressive since I don't have much holding this over here.
Right. You popped some bimps earlier. I couldn't bail anybody back in.
Yeah, those 2 guys failed to get back in.
I got 1 of your helicopters with the tanks.
Actually, it was your spandrels.
Spandrels, okay, I'm sorry.
Guy can fire helicopters, so he had his spandrels there. These saggers all lit my helicopters up and knocked 1 out of the air, which is kind of good for him. Your infantry all moved forward, and then you moved your T-80s up as well.
Right.
What else happened, Greg?
I tried to shoot at some bases.
You failed to pin me, unfortunately.
Right.
You did knock out 2 of my M60s, though, with your T-80s pushing over here. And then your BIMP 3 stayed still. Actually knocked out 2 113s with spandrels.
Right.
Your T-64s moved up, fired AA, didn't do much. The one facing this way fired and actually bailed out a mortar track. And your Gaskins rolled up behind the tree line off of reserves.
Right.
So,
I tried an assault, was out, so that failed.
well, so you failed to stop my, you failed to pin me. And how large your formation is, I need like 8 hits to stop you.
Right.
I did not roll 8 hits, but I killed enough and assigned enough to the front. It pushed him out of 4 inches of assault. So it really did stop the assault, luckily. Going on to turn 3 for Americans. Now I can roll for reserves. We'll see what comes in, if anything. Looking pretty dire because Greg has me on the ropes. We'll be back.
Your luck. I know CPR.
What's that? Oh, no, Greg.
I don't know how I'm going to explain to the medics how to take your pants off.
Whoa, Jesus. Okay, so anyway, my turn. My M60s came in, so I moved them on this side up aggressively. My 113s moved up. I neutralized the rest of the BIMPs. And my 113s actually neutralized both RPGs in the woods. I got lucky. So that kind of helps that flank. I failed to bail back in that 113.
Wizards, aliens, or robots.
Moved over here with all my amount of all anti-tank and my other tank over here firing. I actually knocked out another T-64 and bailed 1 here. Infantry fired. Didn't kill anybody. I failed to pin him because he's still large. My surviving Air Cobra survived his anti-aircraft. Fired, hit a T-80, did nothing. He stopped it cold. I had to re-range in because my mortar's losing a guy. Re-ranging successfully on the second attempt, but since it's 2 guns, hitting on 5s. Even though I ranged in successfully, I hit nobody, so nobody's pinned. So I figured, well, I need to push him back. My surviving M6 gets past his leadership after knocking out a tank, assaulted, and Greg's RPG bailed him out, which stopped him right there. So going on to Greg's turn 4, yeah, you're pretty much going to assault that tank and blow it up.
I'm hoping.
You still have 1 more unit in reserve you can roll for, which will basically come in because of the dice you'll have.
Okay.
We're going on to Greg's turn 4. See if he can clinch it and push me out of the objective. We'll be back. All right, so as you can see, it is over. So Greg, basically, you moved your 2 BIM3s in over here. Over here, these guys in.
Yeah, BIP ones, yeah.
Everyone else kind of moved up infantry. Your M60s moved, or your TAs moved up. This guy was bailed out from his failed assault earlier, so Greg moved his 60s up, or his T-64s, his infantry moved up. They fired everything at me, actually pinned me, so that messed up my counter, my coming in fire. Greg assaulted. I only killed 1 infantry on my assault, and I only did 7 hits, which is still not enough to stop his assault. You did whiff on your assault of 5.
Yes, I did.
And I rolled a 2 on counterattack. So my guys broke and ran off the objective, leaving Greg with the objective by the farmhouses. That was the end of the game. So what do you think, Greg?
Things went a lot better this time. I still like playing aggressive.
You kind of have to with the Soviets.
Right.
Your infantry are looking good. I'm glad you're using them aggressively. You kind of have to.
Yeah.
Especially whenever your opponent doesn't have all his whole army on there and you have a
Right.
better advantage. It's best to try to push as hard as you can.
I'm glad I'm actually using infantry stance instead of dice like the last time.
It kind of helps.
Yeah.
You don't, because
You know who's what.
there was a game you picked up all your infantry and rolled them, and then we're like, who was all there? And
Yeah,
you're like,
right.
But all right, guys, that's the end of this one. I hope you like what we're doing. Go ahead, leave a like, stuff like that. Like I said, we're trying to hash out a tournament out here in Western Pennsylvania. Here in Westmoreland County. Well, there'll be links and details in the descriptions of new videos coming up. But if you guys like this, like us, share us, leave a comment, give us some ideas. Until next time, this is DJ the Guildmaster with Samurai Greg.
And before, you're right there.
Good. No,
Before you guys go, if you see anything I'm doing wrong, I'm more than welcome to take critical advice. So, you know.
Don't worry, they let us know when we F up pretty bad.
I know, right? They already did already with the recon.
Well, you know, we have a lot of good feedback. The community's pretty helpful. All right, guys, we'll be back. We'll see you next time.